As well as doing matchday vlogs, which I've no doubt you've seen on this channel, I also do a weekly podcast which is hosted on SoundCloud but is also available on iTunes, Spotify and every other good podcast platform. Just search Ian Cheeseman or Forever Blue. And usually I have a guest on there, not always, but usually I have a guest on there as a former City player, a manager, or maybe a celebrity City fan. And the last one I did this last weekend, depending on when you're watching this, of course, was Uwe Rosler, the Manchester City former striker and a manager, of course. He works in Germany, covers a lot of the Bundesliga. And here's a little extract. You can listen to the full audio version, of course, which is about an hour long, by searching out the podcast. But this is a video version of part of that, where he talks about Erling Haaland, who, of course, is very much on City's radar at the moment, and indeed reveals a meeting he had before the recent Dortmund game against Red Bull Leipzig. It's fascinating. Have a listen to it. And make sure you subscribe to the audio podcast as well, because you'll hear a lot more of what Uwe has to say in the audio version. But hope you enjoy this. Thanks very much, of course, to Howard Solicitors for their support in this particular vlog.
This is basically what we do. We're reporting and analyzing Borussia Dortmund every week, because the interest in Scandinavia, especially Norway, is very, very high on Erling Haaland. I know Alfie really well. Just saw them yesterday. I don't know. I honestly don't know. I think they're keeping all their cards very close to their chest. I think it's incredible to say that again. It's incredible what Pep did. This is his second year without playing without a real number 9, because Jesus is playing on the side more, and to be so competitive. I mean, for me, it's incredible. But like you said before, and Pep said that, I think in his biography by himself, he said after a certain time you always need to find a new way of play, to the opposition never can suss you out and never. And I think now he realized, not only now, I think they already realized last summer, is it's time to bring in a number 9. And I think when I see Erling Haaland and I see him week in, week out, and unfortunately he had this year a few injuries, but is this a player? He's already world class and he has so much more potential. And when somebody asks me, and it would be my son, and you have the chance to go to Pep Guardiola, and you're already world class, he can make you even better. And I think he improved so much in his combination play. I think he is very good running in behind the defense. He is very direct. 1v1 on a keeper. I seldom have seen a player who is. You have a feeling when he runs 1v1 on a keeper, he always scores. I hardly miss a chance 1v1 on a keeper. And now this season, he improved his heading. He got several heading goals in the Bundesliga. And in the box, his presence, his movement in the box, he would be, in my opinion, a very, very good addition to this world-class squad, not only for next year, so for the next 5 to 6 or 7 years ahead, because that is what you're signing on. You're signing a 21-year-old one or 22-year-old one on a long-term contract, and with a lot of potential to get better. I think it's a win-win situation when it comes to that for everyone, and hopefully we can get him.
The whispers say that's possible.
I don't know. When I say now something, so I honestly, Ian, I don't know. Alfie or Erling have never said anything to me, because I also not asking. I don't want to bring them in a position. I think they will announce it. They're a very professional team, Haaland. Around, he got very good advice. Obviously, there is official interest from Manchester City, but also from other clubs. And we see. I think the decision time is end of April, beginning of May. I think they can't take it into May. I expect them to have end of April the decision come out, and I cross my fingers. I think that would be a fantastic signing, and especially he has no limits. This guy will get even better, because he has a will to get better. He put so much work in to get better, and let him work with Pep Guardiola and his staff and those world-class players around him. the sky's the limit. Yesterday, before the game was 18:30, and we had around 1:00. There was like a meeting there was a Haaland Academy from Brune, where Haaland is like also sponsor. Team Haaland. They came over like 35, 40 people, and they had like Alfie Haaland make a speech, and the speech was about talenting, and especially talking about his son and how the way they choose the clubs, the way the decision-making process went from the beginning, and I was very, very impressed. They never signed for a manager. They signing for when they went to Salzburg. When they went to Molde. Molde had at the time. Molde was a top team. Of course, they had Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, who's in Norway's icon. They won the league. But what they had is a very good track record of getting the most talented players from Norway, play more or less guaranteed them a regular playing time, and not standing in their way when they succeeding, and to move on to the next stage. So exactly that happened. Erling scored in his first game as a 17-year-old, won 4 goals against Brandbergen in the Eliteserien as the highest level. So that was his first game, 4 goals as a 18 or 17-year-old one. It was amazing to see. And then Salzburg as well. They had a lot of the next level. They could have gone to Juventus. They could have gone to England. I think Everton was in there at the time he mentioned in that speech. No, he went to Salzburg because Salzburg was exactly the same. Salzburg is well known. Red Bull buying the most talented players in Europe. It's like Red Bull Salzburg or Red Bull Leipzig, and developed them, playing them, and they're looking for a certain type of players. For example, very athletic, very fast, very pacey player, and again he played 1 year for Salzburg. He took the next level in his stride with not having any problems. He adapted to the next level like this. Played in Champions League. I don't know how many goals he scored in the Champions League. I think he scored a hat-trick in the Champions League in his first season. And then he went to Borussia Dortmund for 20 mil. They had a clause in the contract that he can move from that. And he took the Bundesliga again by storm. So every decision Team Haaland did for Erling, or Erling was included with, and I saw Team Haaland. This is obviously this is his dad as one of the most important people there. Then is Mino Raiola, who does all the contract, and obviously there's a person who is around him. Eva is his name, and very small team, but very good function. And they're working so professional. And Erling is you never hear any big noises from him. He's very, very. Pep would like that. He's very seldom gives interviews, and the German media, they get crazy because they don't get anything out of Team Haaland and from Erling. So he just wants to focus on football, and he does very impressively. He has the ability to adapt to every level so far in his short football life, like I've never seen before. But he also has the ability to focus on what is the most important thing is for him is development and performing. And in that speech, he also mentioned that in not one club, they went only for the coach. They went for the project. They went for the track record. They went because they always said coaches coming and going in the modern game. But I think with our club it's a little bit different because a lot of people signing purely for Pep. And I think that is a conversation. I don't know. Have they had that conversation? Will they have that conversation between Team Haaland and probably Pep? But I think when you would be in Pep's shoes, you have a chance to get this player. Of course, I would fight to get him. And Erling is ready for the Premier League. That I can say for sure.